With a strong start for Data Squad support with Marcus and Thomas, it's time to look at support for Richard Sampson and his partner Kudamon, and Yoshina Fujita and Lalamon. While Contorosmon might not be the strongest deck, Rosemon honestly gets a lot stronger with Burst Mode and its new Tamer. But first off, Chironmon is the first Digimon to go over. This Digimon has a your turn once per turn when a card is removed from your security stack, one of your Digimon gains jamming for the turn. A lot of Kudamon and his Digivolution components trash or remove security on your turn. But jamming? Oh boy. I might be working on a jank build with Yellow War Greymon from BT4. Budmon on the other hand, your turn while your opponent has a suspended Digimon in play, plus 1000 DP. But you know me, I'm all about draw power, so at this point, Kokomon is my default green egg, because Vegetation and Plant Digimon typically have ways to suspend. Jumping back to Kudamon, this Digimon has your typical search effect that reveals the top 3 cards. Add one yellow Digimon card with Vaccine in its traits and one yellow Tamer from among them to your hand. Damn boy! You have so much generic search power that you can literally add any Vaccine Digimon or Tamer that's yellow. Meaning you could in theory add cards like Gatomon, Angelomon, and Tamers like Mirai Mikagura or Kari Kamiya as well. For its inheritable, when attacking once per turn if there is a total of 6 or less security cards in both players' security stacks, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Reppamon further supports this new style by when attacking, trash the top card of your security stack which causes one of your opponent's Digimon to get minus 2 security attack until the end of your opponent's turn. Because your security changed, Chironmon's inheritable would kick in and give it jamming. Its inheritable is identical to Kudamon, which, not surprised as design seems to be kind of lazy for level 3s and 4s. Chironmon is one of the first Digimon in this set to get the new keyword called Barrier. When this Digimon would be deleted in battle, you may trash the top card of your security stack to prevent the deletion. Quite a few rulings on Barrier because can you protect from battle? Yes. Against security Digimon? Yes. Effects like Retaliation? No. Does piercing happen if I use Barrier? No. The Digimon is not deleted for the damage to go through. And from what I've been reading, you must trash a security. So if you're at 0 security, Barrier cannot trigger. This Digimon simply has an inheritable effect that on deletion you may play one Kudamon from hand or trash suspended without paying its memory cost. And while your BT13 one is an amazing option, Promo Kudamon may finally have its time to shine. For the Mega level Digimon, Kentaurosmon also returns, the last Royal Knight that I still need to go over. This Digimon allied with humans in the Data Squad series, and this Digimon is run as a 1 of or 2 of in most Yggdrasil decks. On play, and when digivolving, if the total number of both players' security cards is 6 or less, gain 3 memory, and reveal 1 card from your hand. If it is a yellow card, place it on top of your security stack, face down. If not, return it to your hand. This is one of the first Digimon that literally decides what you put on top of your security. Meaning if your opponent has 2 security and you have 3, you could put Lunky at Estocto when digivolving into this Digimon for maximum damage, and double removal as the next check. This Digimon also has a when attacking effect once per turn that lets you trash 1 card from the top of your security to unsuspend this Digimon, then shoot 7000 DP of damage at one of your opponent's Digimon for the turn. This is some crazy value, but the 5 Digivolution cost is a bit of a bummer for me. Valid, but a bummer. Moving to Lalamon, this Digimon continues the search trend, and gives Palmon from BT10 a run for its money. On play, reveal the top 3 cards and add 1 Digimon with Vegetation, Plant, or Fairy in its traits, and 1 Yoshino, Fujita among them. Then bottom deck the rest. Yoshino from BT4 may have been one of the worst Tamers ever made in the Digimon trading card game, but in BT13, absolutely stellar. The inheritable for Lalamon makes it so that when you would digivolve, once per turn if you have a green Tamer in play, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. 3 cost evolutions now become 2 when moving from level 4 to level 5, and even Digisorbing into level 5s that would cost 1 like Cherrymon would now make them 0. Sunflowmon further exhibits this type of inheritable, but for its main effect in essence, gives Digisorption when digivolving into a Fairy Digimon, and reduces the Digivolution cost by 2. Meaning Lalamon and Lylamon Digivolutions are now 1. Now if only these level 5s were multicolor too. Lalamon is interesting where this archetype gets to play its Tamer, albeit a little weird because everyone else can play their Tamer with their level 4 Digimon. More balanced? I'd say so. Its inheritable simply gives your Digimon +1 security attack if your opponent has a suspended Digimon in play, which, with Rosemon, is quite an easy task to complete. BT13 Rosemon when Digivolving may suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers to unsuspend this Digimon. I'm liking that Bandai is spreading abilities to other colors at this point that hit Tamers, but better late than never. All turns once per turn when one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers becomes suspended, suspend a Digimon or Tamer. This is some good stun ability with the deck now, considering her when Digivolving effect doesn't hit 1, but 2 cards, and if she's suspended, unsuspend her. But Burst Mode is where we have some fun. It has the same requirements like Shine Greymon and Mirage Galgamon, except she returns Yoshino in play to hand. When Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and one of their Tamers, and all of their Digimon and Tamers don't unsuspend until the end of their turn. Meaning in a way, this Digimon is a temporary Quartzmon. When attacking, for every 2 suspended Digimon and or Tamers your opponent has in play, trash the top card of your opponent's security. So yeah, definitely a watered down Quartzmon in some ways. Tamer-wise, Richard Sampson makes his first appearance as a yellow Tamer for 3 memory. If he's trashed by a security effect, he's immediately played. Start of your main phase, if there are a total of 6 or less security cards in both player stacks, gain 1 memory. Additionally, if there are a total of 6 or less security in both players' security stacks, you can suspend this Tamer to warp Digivolve Kudamon into a Kentaurosmon into your hand, ignoring its level requirements but paying the memory cost. Honestly, not bad. I like this for potential jank Kentaurosmon builds, considering so many members of the Royal Knights don't have great Digivolution lines and or builds that make them viable. Finally, Yoshino Fujita is a memory setter that has a your turn effect that when your Digimon digivolves into a vegetation, plant, or fairy Digimon, suspend this Tamer to gain 1 memory. What? Yo! Yoshino actually good! You have a lot of ramp capabilities in green already, and this gives you in essence 4 memory to play with. That if you promote out with a Lalamon, this can digivolve into Sunflowmon for 1 memory thanks to Yoshino. Sunflowmon can suspend and digivolve into Lylamon for a cost of 1, but can further reduce the memory to 0 with Lalamon. Then Rosemon can digivolve for a memory cost of 2 thanks to Sunflowmon's inheritable. Meaning at 1 memory you can now return Yoshino to go into burst mode for 0. That's nuts! The last card to go over for this video will be Icy Breath, a 5-cost option card that activates its main effect, even if it's trashed from security. I'm kind of liking that even if a card is trashed, the effect still triggers. No more BS from other decks that just do it. Its main effect gives -3000 DP until the end of the turn, and if the total security is 6 or less, all of your opponent's Digimon get security attack -1. Meaning you can now stop lethal at this point. Deck-wise, here's a jank proposal for Contorosmon, though I honestly don't think it will be game-breaking by any means. There's a lot you can do, but I see myself likely using Kudamon and Chironmon with a yellow Wargreymon deck. But for Rosemon Burst Mode, this deck sees quite a lot of competitive play. It's similar in many ways to Bloom Lordmon, but your top end is the main thing that changes. With Lalamon functioning like another Palmon, albeit only 1 piece, it's really nice moving forward if you're playing green plant, vegetation, or fairy Digimon. Between our 3 main Burst Mode Digimon reviewed over so far, Shine Greymon, Mirage Galgamon, and Rosemon, which deck do you see yourself playing? Which one is your least favorite? As for Keenan and Falcomon, I'll devote the purple Digimon as their own standalone review. Let me know your thoughts so far on the set review so far as I move to the more minor characters of Data Squad before closing out the set review with everything else. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.